I'd like to welcome everyone to the Challenge 40 Battle of the Eras.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Right Reality Podcast, the number one. Thank you so much for finding us and joining us. If you're on YouTube, what's up? If you're listening just on one of the regular players, what's up? Hi, welcome. My name is Steven.
Hello, my name is Mixie. We are here to recap episode 4 of the Challenge 40, My Trivia Era. Steven, this was the best episode yet.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the title, and I was like, we lasted one episode with a theme, and I don't think we made it. I don't think we made it 2 weeks.
I forgot what episode 3 was named. So no, I think this was the best episode that we have had yet.
Oh, I think it's very close. I think it's very, very close. I want to know the specific reasons, and I'm sure we'll hear them as we go, of why you think it was the best episode yet. There's not a lot to compare it to, only 4, and one of them was a dumpster fire. So, slim pickings, but I think we're moving in the right way.
Yes.
Although slightly disappointed this week, but I think we can all be disappointed. We need to look on the bright side of life.
I feel great.
I don't think anybody bought that.
I do.
Oh, okay, great. Yay!
No, I really actually do. We lost Anissa. Thank fucking God.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Hooray.
Hooray. Hooray. There was a slight part of me I want to make it very clear. A very small portion of my challengedom, if you will, that wanted her to stay around and for her to be the pick every week.
Well, that would have happened, and that would have been hilarious as well. But as soon as we got that fucking edit of her at the beginning of the episode, which I am going to dive into, I knew she was out. I knew it.
Oh, you knew she was out.
I literally wrote, I could tell by this edit, Anissa is going home this episode, and I love it.
Well, we'll get to there. I just want to say, coming up on this week's episode, boys and girls, it might be a little bit chaotic because Steven didn't organize his notes before we started, so we'll see how that goes. Also coming up, why we think we were absolutely robbed this episode, even though it was very good. I think we got robbed a little bit. We got robbed, but you know what? Mixie is already telling me why this was a better episode.
Okay,
that's what
good.
She's already telling me.
I am.
I'm sitting here going, we were robbed, and Mixie is just trying to remind me why maybe it wasn't.
I'm trying to be glass half full. There are, of course, it wasn't perfect, but I think it was the best episode we've had this season.
There will never be a perfect episode of the show. And you know what? It's okay now. It's okay. We can find the good and just casually point out the bad, but that's fine.
There we go.
Also coming up in this week's episode, the show was trying to entrap us, and we're not standing for it.
Ooh.
Not standing for it. We're not falling for it. We're not biting, and we'll get to that. Okay. And also, just a few special things for those of you watching on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to get a little extra something this week that maybe the people just listening maybe won't get. So
it's my ass. So watch our YouTube numbers skyrocket.
Whoa. Everybody is clicking out right now. They're coming to this section. They're like, I saw no ass. Oh, never mind. You're definitely seeing her ass. Look at it.
Look at it jiggle. It's so nice.
Look at it jiggle. Yeah, so a couple special things here. Before we start, there was late breaking news into the Right Reality podcast studio, just as we're about to record here, that a comment that a YouTuber brought up. This comes from Drizzle4909. Let me tell you, one of the best things about being on YouTube and people commenting on YouTube is getting fantastic screen names from them.
Yes.
Drizzle4909. Phenomenal.
Yep.
Drizzle4909 had an absolute gem of a comment.
I'm terrified.
That says, does anyone remember how Kyland couldn't even kiss Melissa in front of people last year, and he's out here doing the absolute most? Drizzle, you know what? You get some air horns.
deserved. That's such a good call out. And that was so annoying when he did that to Melissa. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
That sucks because I was kind of starting to like Kylan this episode. I'm going to get into that.
Okay.
But now that's totally valid. What the fuck is that?
Unbelievable. Like, Melissa was, like, dying him to fuck her, basically.
Yep.
Give her any sort of emotion in front of people, and he's like, can't do it because of blank.
Uh-huh.
And we were like, I don't know if it's that, but maybe it's not. Maybe we've proven wrong yet again.
Maybe he's learned and grown.
Oh, how dare you use our own logic against us?
He could have.
How dare you?
I don't know, though. I think that what we said about the Melissa thing was accurate, and that what's happening now is accurate.
Yeah, both could be true at the same time. But I wanted to point that out. I literally just got that before we started recording here, and I was like, I gotta give Drizzle a shout out for an absolute banger of a comment that is so spot on. I didn't even think about that.
I like it.
Okay, so let's get to the beginning of the episode, Mixie. We are back. Maybe.
Oh?
We're back. Maybe. I didn't want to bring it up last episode because I didn't want to jump the gun. Not a big gun jumper.
Are we talking about CT Pro Tips?
No.
Oh.
Not CT Pro Tips. Just before the CT Pro Tip. 2 weeks in a row now. And I was like, last week I was like, I'm going to write down the note. And I'm going to come back and check next week. I just want to trust but verify, as good journalists do. Because we're great journalists.
Yes.
And this week, I got it again. So now I have two, I'm putting in air quotes, independent sources confirming to us that maybe previously on the challenge is kind of back. Because they've been showing us classic older clips at the beginning of the episodes that are like the photos on the wall.
Oh, yes. And they tend to go with what the daily is.
Something like people falling in water, something along those lines, right?
Trivia. Yeah.
100%. So now I'm thinking, do we wait one more episode and make sure that we got it right before we start guessing our new previously on the challenge, or do we just go for it?
Well, I watched the preview of the next episode at the end of the episode we're watching, and you see a bit of the daily. So I don't think it'd be fair for me to do that. And no, before you ask, I will not watch that. The fact that I'm still not spoiled. Thank you. I want to be really badly. I'm not looking for it, though. If it happens, it happens, but I'm not looking for it.
No, people are going to start sending it to you now. Don't do that, everybody. No, she's looking at you, telling you to do it. Don't do it. No. Hey, I'm going to mute you. I'm a fucking mute you.
I didn't ask. But I didn't ask. I didn't look for it.
No. Oh, God.
I'm innocent.
My eye is twitching already. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I think we wait for the next one.
Okay.
And I will.
And then we go. You can watch the thing. Listen, I know even though you said don't ask, I would ask and you'd be like, sure, I won't do it. You'd watch it anyway.
Oh, no, I would not. If you asked, I'd say no. It's on the episode. If it's outside sources, I understand that. And that's why I'm not actively looking.
Okay.
But,
guys, don't do it. Don't do it. Come on, don't do it. Don't do it.
The spoiler. It's fine. I'm good. I'm a professional. I will push through.
It's the one show I just asked you not to be spoiled on. You can spoil yourself on everything else. You want to look at whatever else other shows are coming up? Go to town.
That makes me want it more. I'm not allowed to have it.
One. And now we understand how women work a lot. It's one thing you can't have. I want it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I get what I want.
No. I almost said something I would regret. Never mind. We're going to move on. Okay. So we'll come back next week.
Okay.
Make sure that maybe they listened and now they're just going to take it out. So
probably.
This is kind of our test.
Odds are not in our favor ever with the editing. So
never.
We'll see. We got a shot of, I think it's era 3. Yes, it is. They were all talking about how Era 1 is like eating themselves, and Tori says that Anissa is pissed at Darrell. Can you believe it?
Do you want me to hold on, give it to me again.
Okay.
I was gonna be just give it to me again.
Anissa is pissed at Darrell. Can you believe it?
What?
So bad. Just like, listen, I do ever so slightly feel a little bad for Anissa because she is, as you said in the beginning, gonna continue to be picked if she was staying. And it would have been the same thing. That being said, how are you getting mad at these people? And if your team doesn't lose, that means that it's highly unlikely, or it's kind of unlikely, that they would not go into the sand, which means they would not pick targets. And you're the weakest on that team. So the other teams that would be picking targets wouldn't pick you because they want you to stay on that team.
Just a thought.
Win a daily.
Just a thought. You know? Just that's it. You just got to win a daily. It's just one week where you're the target, give a little extra effort. Hopefully you can win a daily, and you got to worry about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I want to ask, is this when they were all laying in bed and like they were all having a little powwow?
Yeah, and there was a lot of Devon feet. Yeah.
There was a lot of Devon feet. Gross, first of all. Gross.
I agree.
Feet, gross. We're going to get like feet emojis in the comments this week.
I'm not a
video.
foot. It's not a thing. No.
No. We're not going to yuck on your yum, but I'm 100% yucking on your yum.
Just don't do it in front of me.
And you don't also need to tell anybody about it either.
Yeah.
Like, just keep that to yourself.
That's how I feel about cold plunges. Just like go do it.
God.
Is it possible for people to do a cold plunge and not
post
tell
a video
you about how they did a cold plunge?
It's absolutely impossible. You have to part of it is you have to have your phone with you, and you have to set it up on a tripod as you go to do your cold plunge.
Uh-huh.
I think it's like legally part of the rules. You don't actually cold plunge unless it's videotaped.
Yeah.
And then you post about it and tell everybody else why it's great, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, like, you get a classic, like, oh, how was your weekend? Oh, I had like a 3.5 minute cold plunge, and it restored everything in me, and I just...
It was my new personal record.
Sick.
Ugh.
Did you sit in a bath of ice? That's so cool. Tell me more about it. I'm fascinated.
What was so life-changing about it? Did you manifest while you were in there?
Ugh. Anyway, sorry, I got us off topic.
Did you journal while you were in there, too? Good Lord. And it's the same people.
You can do it.
You could put 10 people in front of me right now, Mixie, and say 2 of these people cold plunged, and I'd be like, I don't need any time. I spotted them when they walked in the room.
Immediately.
Boom and boom.
And I'm not shitting on it. I'm just saying do it and don't make it your personality.
There you go. That's it. There's somebody who I have muted in my Instagram feed. Muted the stories because I'm like, oh, great. I wake up. I'm going to see a cold plunge. We got it. You're cold plunging. Great. Congratulations. Your father owns a cold tub. I tried to use the I think everybody
thing.
got it.
I get what you're.
I think we all got it.
He was bringing it back. He was bringing it back.
Tried. See, if we planned better, I would have nailed it. But that's okay. That's what you want. You want originality. You want non-planned shit. You want organic.
We're really never planned.
Woo! Also, since we were talking about Devin and showing off the feet,
yes.
Gross. Production, I know you're listening. Hello, welcome back because you're here all the time. Who we got to bang to get some of those challenge stickers that are getting put on everything this season?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This week I saw them on Coke cans.
Yep.
I saw them on cans next to Devin's bed that weren't Coke cans. So I'm like, my guy's got beers next to his bed?
Yeah, a little bed beer.
A little bed beer? Action, Dev?
That's very Devin coded.
Very on brand.
I would assume it was a shower beer that he didn't finish and brought to bed.
That was great. Yeah, I'm just going to take it. I'm going to go shower, put it back. Oh, I forgot. Whatever. It's warm now. And there was also like half of one like on the lamp. Just like half of one. I think maybe
How many days do you think they've been there? A week and a half, maybe? Just trashed this place already.
Oh, it's disgusting. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently there was 2 bathrooms I think in the
for everyone
2 toilets or something like that. Yeah, that's the correct reaction. That is the correct facial reaction to that. I'm trying to confirm that. But that would not be good for your boy. Like, you got what at this point, like 15 plus dudes or something like that in there.
That's awful.
Especially right in the morning, like trouble city. Trouble city. Trouble city.
They had to have made a schedule or something.
Yeah, it still wouldn't have worked.
I bet Derek was on top of that.
Yeah, I just want some of those stickers, please. If you can do that, that'd be great. Also, 2 minutes and 53 seconds into the episode. What a day to be alive. CT pro tip out of the gate. Set the tone for the episode.
It did. It was great. And it was a great pro tip. And again, the man doesn't miss.
His back might have missed him, on the way into the water.
Yeah.
And I was like, yikes. But he doesn't miss when it comes to the pro tips. And part of me is like, is he being fed pro tips? And then I go, no. He doesn't need to be fed pro tips. This is our guy CT. He's not getting fed shit.
I feel like he came into the season being like, I'm the guy. And everybody knows I'm the guy. So I'm going to just sit in these interviews and continue to give them CT pro tips until they make it a thing.
What a great audio session to be part of if you're the audio guy. Like, you could have just sold that on the black market for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just audio.
I want the ones that they cut. Send them our way.
They're just all on the, editing room floor, just extra pro tips just floating around, Mm-hmm. Damn. Pro tip land. That's where I want to be.
Well, after that meeting is when we got the Anissa edit. And oh my God, I'm not kidding you. Tears were streaming down my face. I was laughing so hard when she was listing all of her injuries. I was like, you can't like feeding it to me. Just like, here comes the plane. Like, you can't do that to me. I was sobbing, laughing. It was so fucking funny. And that's when I was like, she's out.
Guys, I know you tuned in to see what me and Mixie would say about Anissa saying, quote, strength and being fit does not have to look one way, end quote. We're not biting. I'm just going to say we're not biting.
I didn't put any of that stuff in my notes. I was like, nope. I will not.
That was the tease from earlier. They were trying to entrap us. We're not biting. We're not fish. We're very smart. And we're not going to fall into your trap, okay?
Well, you bringing it up makes me notice. I'm not.
No, I'm just addressing the fact that they tried to get us.
Oh,
and I'm like,
yeah.
Nope. We're going to move on. Not falling for that one. Good try. But the number one sees it. We see it. Okay? Also, the first week that you provide exit interviews, this person's a part of it?
Of course.
Interesting move.
Yep.
Not falling for it.
Yep.
Okay.
We're better than that.
There you go.
We ever so slightly we're better.
Yeah. If like the bar to be better than it is here, we're like right there.
We are.
And it's it's like when you're watching the U.S. Open and the ball's out and they have to use the Hawkeye and you like zoom in and then they zoom in again and there's like a little bit of room. Mm-hmm. That's us.
Yes, that is us. We're right there.
Right there.
Before we get into the daily,
yes.
Tori and Josh had a little friend forgiveness thing. I couldn't tell you a single thing that was said here. I was so concerned for Tori's tits staying inside of that shirt.
How did I miss this?
Oh, Steven.
Oh, God. Am I going to go pull up the episode right now?
She was sitting. You need to. She was sitting.
Okay. You entertain the crowd while I go look at some titties.
She was sitting on the steps, and obviously the cameraman was like standing. So it was like a little bit of a high angle. I mean, I saw the underside of her boob, but from up top, because that's how high. And she was like leaning forward. I don't know what conversation they had. I don't really fucking care. But the whole time I'm like, her tits are going to fall out. Her tits are going to fall out.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Oh, he's moving in.
Yes.
He's moving in. He's like going for it. He's like, they're going to pop out. I'm going to be right fucking in the house. I'm going to be right in the house.
I'm glad they're friends. I'm not glad they're friends. I don't even know what the conversation was. Who cares? It was heavily edited. But all I could see was Tori's tits. They were playing with fire.
Yeah, you're right. You can basically see the underboob without seeing the top of the party hat. That's how, like...
Inside of her shirt, they were.
Glorious place to be, I'm sure. You know?
I don't know how you didn't see that, because God knows when Josh was
involved, and it was emotional, and I'm like, yeah.
Well, that's why I zoned out of the audio, and I just focused on the visual.
God, I should have muted it. I'm playing it again right now. Rewind.
It's crazy, right?
Hello.
I feel like also the fact that we keep seeing all this.
What a better angle I just pulled up right now.
The more we see of this Tori Josh shit makes me think that there's something's going to happen between the two of them at some point in this season. Mark my words.
You think he votes for her at some point, or like uses her as the target or something?
I don't know. I just think something's going to happen. He also is like talking this big game. Josh.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, we'll get there.
I'll believe it when I see it, because to use a college football analogy right now, everybody's like, oh, who's going to be in the thing? And those of you who don't watch college football, you're zoning out. Like, Mixie went for a drink immediately. She's like, well, I don't care what's about to happen here. I almost got her to spit out a drink. I was very close. Right now, everybody's like, oh, maybe this team. And then, like, some really smart people are like, you got to beat Georgia. And unless you beat Georgia, I won't believe you. So
Go Dogs!
Go Dogs! Go Dogs! Great recall. Mixie, is it time to get ready to go to the Daily?
Oh, I do think we need to get ready to go to the Daily. Let's do that.
If you're listening on audio, you're going to miss it for a little bit. That's why you got to get over to YouTube. We got to get ready.
It's my ass.
Oh my goodness. I did not prepare for this. Oh, I did not try this before. I did not try this before we went. I did not try this before we went on air. These are for children.
Are they? Because mine's a little big.
I'm fucking jacked. So
sorry, I'm also yoked.
I've been working on my fitness. God, this one's not going to be close. This one I'm putting higher up. I'm like, fuck it. Oh, I'm dropping it. I'm doubling it.
An edit. Please stand by.
No edit. No edit. There's no edits. This is what you come to YouTube for.
Are you doubling?
Girl, I'm doubling up on everything. Jesus Christ. I can't. Oh, and the mic's going everywhere.
ASMR.
This is not good.
I'm not going to lie. I'm sweating a little bit just trying to accomplish this.
I am thoroughly sweating because my arms are fucking huge because I've been working out.
Oh.
I got biceps for days, tries for days. Watch out, ladies. This is your only opportunity. Slide into the DMs while you got a chance. So once your boy's super fit, you've missed your opportunity. Missed your opportunity. No one here. Oh, I was dating someone else. You're fucking lost. Oh. Ah. And I want to make it very clear. I know what some of you are thinking. You're seeing the C's and you're like, is this to like...
It's for cuck.
Tell everybody we're cucks? No. I want to make it very clear. This is not a cuck. This is not cucks, okay? This is not how you identify who the cucks are in the room, okay?
Oh, shit.
Woo! I am sweating a little bit, but you know what? It's because I'm just so fucking jacked.
That's what happens. That's what happens.
Okay, we got our C armband again, not for cucks, but because we're captains.
I feel like the fact that you keep saying it's not for cucks makes it seem like it's for cucks.
Listen, that's on them. If they want to choose not to believe us, that's nothing I can control, right?
What was on their armband, by the way? Because I couldn't.
Just the number of the era. That's it. Just the number of the era. God, this one's itching me already. That's right. No edits. No edits. You're getting no edits for this. This is all great content.
Hey, while we're here, why don't you leave a review on Apple Podcasts about how you loved all the dead air and random noises you heard for about 3 minutes.
No dead air.
Well, I was tried to do a bit.
So fucking yoked. Okay. Welcome to the Daily. Speaking of people that are yoked, Mixie, I'm sending you right now the photo of Jenny, who probably has the same problem that we do when she tries to put things on her arms because she's so fucking yoked. I've texted you the photo. and I'm putting it up here on the screen right now.
Okay.
This woman is unbelievable. Look, the arms, the legs, the abs, the amount of muscles in her legs that I did not know it even existed. What a specimen.
I mean, she's made out of marble. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I didn't see how hot Jenny looked because I was so focused on Mr. TJ in that green linen shirt. Linen. He looked incredible.
Nice.
Thanks. He looked great. And I don't know if you noticed, but Johnny Bananas had the exact same shirt in yellow in his interviews.
I did not notice that. I did not notice that at all. I did notice like TJ trying to play with the camera a little bit, you know? He was just like looking over. He's like,
it was kind of giving like All Stars edit.
Yeah. He goes, "You hate it." And then he like turned to the other camera. "But we love it." I was like, my guy, we do. We do. We really do.
This is what I'm saying. They really are giving it to us this episode. I mean, I thought it was fucking hilarious that they put these motherfuckers above a body of water, and what is happening? They're just yelling at each other across it. Just screaming at each other.
So much yelling.
Okay, who's up? It's me, I'll take.
That would be Iceland.
The
Rockets are Gibraltar.
It's not the challenge if we're not screaming by a body of water, and it was chef's kiss. Why give Mr. TJ a microphone? I understand all of them dropping into the water, fine, but
Mr. TJ needed a couple microphones, and honestly, I needed a new pair of underwear after he said,
"That's a hot day. Let's get wet."
I mean, he said it's a hot day. Let's get wet, and I'm like, already there, brother. Already fucking there.
I love Mr. TJ.
"That's a hot day. Let's get wet."
Okay. Sure thing.
Say less.
Yeah.
Bet.
"That's a hot day. Let's get wet."
All right, sir. We
Sold.
got it. Woo. I love the trivia. I thought it was a really good version of trivia. I was like, I kind of wanted him to pretend like he was doing Celebrity Jeopardy, like he was doing his best Will Ferrell version of Celebrity Jeopardy from SNL. Like I kind of wanted a little bit of that action. We got some good questions. Now, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know much of the questions. I didn't know much of the answers. There were some pretty interesting deep dives there.
There was some deep cuts for sure. I will say I knew the Cara Maria one. That's getting drilled into my head. I don't understand.
Come on.
How that was missed.
Come on. He was there. She's like, you were there.
I know.
How do you... What's going on?
The Jordan thing is weird. The Big Brother sucks question, I was dying.
Big Brother sucks.
Big Brother sucks!
You suck, Devin!
Just so good.
We got a Big Brother sucks as part of this?
And of course they're yelling it after.
Of course. I was like, I think this is quote of the week. Like, how is this not quote of the week? But then like Brad is coming out. Brad's like dropping lines. Brad said the following.
Trivia has been my demise. What's demise mean? Does anyone know the definition of demise?
And I'm like, you just used it, and you used it right.
Correctly.
Brad.
That's something I would do.
Brad. Has fucking Emily done this to you? Literally fucking Emily, not fucking Emily.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all that. It's that moon water.
Oh, that moon water. I don't want any of that moon water. I'm sorry. There's too many rules about the moon water.
No, there isn't. You just put water in a bottle and then the bottle needs to see the moon or some shit.
But it has to be like a full moon, and it can't be like during an eclipse moon or like a red moon or a blue moon. Too many rules. Just bottle it and send it to me, Emily.
It's just water that she put outside.
I feel like it's going to be too warm for me to enjoy.
Yeah, it's going to suck.
I need some, I got cold water right here.
Ooh. A tasty little item.
Oh, and I just spilled it down the front of my shirt. Great.
Cut that. It was just this episode, gifts that kept giving. Kylan's talking so much about how great he is at trivia. And I'm sure that he actually is like real trivia, but this stuff was just so funny. It couldn't have been funnier that he fucked it up twice.
If you're being asked in the interview, I feel, to be like, hey, how are you with trivia? I would be like, real trivia? Real good. Challenge trivia? Maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Because, only been here for a few, watch the others, don't have a great memory of it. This is where Era 1, had to win. And the fact that Era 2 was, so far away better, just told me everything I needed to know about this. Oh, we got the congratulations, your dad owns a bakery. Big whoop. There's just so many. It's such a forgotten quote, I think, in challenge lore.
Back when we first started recording, or when I first joined you to record this, I knew I needed to get at least the basic lore, the backpack and all of that stuff. So I've watched compilations, and that's always in there, and it is funny. God, this shit's so good.
Congratulations, your dad owns a bakery. Big whoop. It's the big whoop for me at the end.
Oh, absolutely. It's the big whoop.
It's the big whoop. And honestly, I want to start using it a little bit more in my life.
Let's bring big whoop back. I like that.
We do. Should make big whoop t-shirts, Whoop. Big whoop. That's great. And it's just a photo of a bakery on it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
We were enjoying ourselves, and then all of a sudden CT falls and he's on a stretcher, and I'm like, we are not losing CT to falling during trivia. Absolutely not.
That's not the way it goes out.
No, I refuse to accept it.
That's not the way it goes out.
And then the episode just continued, and the whole time I'm just like, hello,
CT.
The main person, we need to have a conversation about what's going on with this.
It's like a soap opera when somebody gets pregnant and they're like, oh, they're just they had to go to the doctor, and then they just never come back for 9 months.
Yeah.
In real life, they had a baby, and it's like, oh, they were at the doctor the whole time? Where'd he go? Please give us some sort of update at any point. And then he just walks back in like a big lumbering elephant. And I'm like, oh. I was like, oh boy, this is...
There was something else that happened during trivia that we need to discuss.
Okay.
This was actually one of the only questions I knew the answer to. It was about the So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh, Asaf.
Yeah. Is it Asaf or is it Asaf?
It's whatever. It's tomato. I do think it's one. But I think it's Faisal Fessel situation. Faisal, Fessy, that guy, big guy.
Fasil.
Baby Hulk.
Mr. TJ said it so confidently, and I was like, has everyone been wrong this whole time?
I want to know, what's the actual...
I would like to know as well. That would be nice.
It would be good. And for those of you playing along at home, this is a big part of what The Right Reality does, is getting things correct. It's saying words and specifically names correct. And shout out everybody who has responded when Mixie pronounced your name last time. Gotta say, it seems like a pretty good record so far, Mix.
I have a few more that I'll get to at the end of this episode. To be honest with you, I just checked to make sure that they know who we are and what the name of the podcast is, and I've been trying not to look at the names so I can really just fucking say what the first thing is that comes to my mind when I pull it up here.
She's not prepping.
I had a question for you. I know they didn't say it, or maybe they did and I missed it. Because when the first person got the answer wrong, I was sitting there waiting for them, and then all of a sudden I think it was a Vive fell or something, and I was like, "Why? She didn't do anything. Why did random people get dropped?"
I think they were working from the outside in because they're dropping two people, so they didn't want two people next to each other falling on top of each other. So I think it worked from the outside in.
Interesting.
In terms of who they fired off that platform.
I just didn't like it. If you got it wrong, you should go.
Was it not a question just for the group?
No, because there was no conversation. Because there was times that people on their own team were the answer and they were getting it wrong.
Oh yeah. I don't know about that. I do know that CT maybe dying influenced Emily to the fact that she pulled a very impressive move where she was trying to get jettisoned off the thing by production. She goes, "No, I'm a boss ass bitch. I'm so fit. I'm just gonna do a Simone Biles move right now and grab this pole and just."
Yeah, that was crazy.
So damn impressive.
It was super impressive. I was just like, God damn. And then she just so gracefully fell into the water.
like a sweet little angel.
Yeah.
A sweet little angel, baby. So great. And then we find out there's some version of sudden death we have to do. So we like all get off the platforms after everybody's like nearly died going into the water, which I really appreciate, by the way. Let's not undersell that fact.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
amazing.
It's fantastic.
Amazing. And then we do some sort of sudden death. But it seemed like maybe something was afoot.
Yeah, we had a conspiracy corner situation later in the episode with Corey and Devin.
They did. They handled the conspiracy corner for us this week. I don't appreciate that they did not whisper in the corner. That's what the rules are in the corner, and they did not abide by the rules.
That is true.
So the conspiracy corner committee, the Triple C, if you will talk to them about Quad Cs. We'll talk to them about their rule violation. There might be some fines levied out.
I mean, I feel like that's fair. But it seemed very strange to me. Once they called it out, obviously, I didn't know that there was... But, like, he was at the baby shower? Like, come on, dude. And then when they cut to his interview and he, like, kind of had that smirk...
He knew.
I don't even think they're hiding it. And there's a preview for the next episode where they're doing some more sneaky shit. I think that this is also going to be a theme throughout the season. And I'm not mad at it. Big brain thinking and not just playing the game straight up. I like it. This is how drama happens, and I like it.
It was very sneaky, and it would have worked if they didn't give him the question they gave him.
Yeah.
If he got a different question, I think it would have been fine. But I think him and Johnny were like, hey, if you get the first one right, I'll throw the second one just so we could all go home. As long as you don't put me in, we'll be good.
Yep.
But then Johnny had to like pretend for the next, I don't know, 40 minutes of the episode.
I think it was an agreement with Laurel. I don't think Bananas was involved.
You think he made a deal? You think Jordan made a deal with Laurel?
I think that they figured out that Laurel and Jordan were going to be the two that were doing the sudden death. Obviously, production, as we know, takes time to set up shots and get everything ready. So I'm sure they were standing there for a bit, and there was a bit of a, hey, if you get it right, I'll just throw it, and we can be done with this.
Yeah, as long as you don't vote for me. And she's like, sure.
Yeah.
Because it was a move to protect her as well, because she knew she was going to go in against Jenny potentially. And she's like, I don't really want that smoke. Let's make a little deal. That seems more realistic, and that's the reason why I was like, I know Laurel and Jordan are cool, but I didn't know it would be like that cool, because technically you want to... See, this is the thing I still don't understand.
I didn't realize they dated.
Yeah. Yeah.
How old are these people?
That's the thing. I don't know either.
Like what?
I don't know anybody's age anymore, Mixie. I said this to somebody at work recently.
We had a conversation about it.
We had this I had a conversation with somebody else at work this week, and I'm just like, I have no idea how old people are anymore.
Terrible at it.
I just
Horrible.
don't. I don't. I would be the worst person at the carnival to do the age guess thing. Now with guys, I got a range.
No, I disagree.
But you ladies, I don't know. You could be 18 to 38. And as a single guy, that's dangerous. Okay?
I also like height and weight. I'm also horrific at. And also like money. Like when they say $1 million, it doesn't compute. Like I can't, it can't sink in. Like a guy says he's 6'5", I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
I don't know how to like relate it to something else I know.
Literally, like
does that mean you have to duck through doors? Like, is that 6'5" height? Like, where are we at?
Truly, I was like, are you able to like lay in a bed? I don't understand. Do you have to go diagonal?
I'm 6'3", and there are some beds, depending on the type of bed, that are quite short.
Really?
Yeah, that I'm like, I only got like a few inches here off to the edge of the bed. Yeah.
Again,
I'm on my big bed behind me that you can't see anymore. I got a couple inches at the end of the bed, but it's not like I got like 3 feet at the end of the bed or anything like that. You know, like you probably do. You know.
I
you can like roll around on the bed for days and you'd be fine.
I
got like 3 rolls and I'm
in
off,
a little ball in the corner.
Yeah. Great. Very cutesy. Good for you. Congratulations. Demure. Very demure. So, yeah, that makes more sense that Laurel made a deal with Jordan to protect her.
Yeah, I think
and be like, hey, I'll get it wrong. And then you won't pick me because I don't really want to go in against Horacio. I mean, I'll do it if I need to, but I'd prefer not to at this point. Like, I don't give a shit, but whatever. But to protect you, I'll help you by doing this. You just got to return it to me at one point.
Yep.
That makes a lot more sense than what I thought, because it was like, if he made a deal with Johnny, then Johnny's walking around like trying to be a producer, like, yeah, I think it's a really good idea we put Jordan in. And in his head, he's like, yeah, but I'm not going to do it anyway.
No, I think that Jordan made the deal with Laurel, and then he realized, like, he was probably like, I'll iron it out with Bananas at a later date.
Yeah.
Because it seems like Laurel and Jordan have like a pretty good bond, and they trust each other with this. So I think he threw it on purpose at this point.
Okay.
Which made the Laurel Darrell situation after the win that much more of like a.
I'm at a loss.
It's giving Anissa.
Keep getting massages when you're married. I was like,
I can't believe they put that in there. I mean, I know why they did, because I think that the Emily Laurel situation is going to explode here soon. But I was just like, oh. At first, I thought that she was suggesting that he was like getting happy endings at massage parlors.
That's kind of what I thought. Or he was getting like, you know, just a girl like rubbing a dude's back. And like they cut to it, thank God. And it was like, okay, it looks like he's getting like physio. You know, like you just played a hockey game or you're an athlete and then you get like a physio massage and not like a, you know, spa massage, if you will. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. But this is the thing I love and then scares me about Laurel is that she can just like turn on so
a dime
quickly. Like she's like excited and he's like, how about you shut the fuck up? And she's, how about you get more massages while you're married? I was like, whoa. And then I'm just like, hey, how about you keep my name out of it? And she's like, how about you fuck off? Or whatever. I was just like, my God. Also, why am I turned on?
I like Laurel sometimes and other times I don't. This was just not it. Especially because I really do think Jordan threw it. So, like, yes, did you win? Yeah, but, like, okay.
So, are we done with the daily or move past the daily?
I think we are done with the daily. Okay. I want to go to the after party.
All right. Well, we can't wear these to the after party. Everybody dressed up for the... Oh, God. Oh, it's like I was at Publix, and I went into the little
you got your
blood pressure cup thing. Oh, boy. My arms have movement again. So freeing. But that's all right. That. Mixie, we had our first night out. First night out, baby.
Yes, we did. And, of course, it came with all of the fits, and it was a fantastic time. But I got to give it to her, Laurel in the jean shorts walking into the bar.
Oh!
It's this week's...
Hey-oh!
Pass of the week. Of the week. Deserved.
Ooh, baby. First one for Laurel this season. You know what?
She also wore the shirt that she wore to the bar. Did you catch that?
Did not catch that.
Oh, yeah. She was in her green shirt, and she was just like, fuck it, jean shorts.
She does have a great ass. It's an underrated ass.
It is underrated. I was not expecting it. But we got like a shot of them all walking in, and she was right up in the center and just nice.
I'm sorry. I drifted off there a little bit. I was thinking about, I think the last time she got it, she was wearing full jeans. She was wrestling with Nicole on the floor. And they didn't have like any audio with it. They were just like showing them wrestle. And I was like, we know who this is for. we know who this is for. Woo. I do like a night out. What I would have wished we got a little bit more was like a little like fashion review, a little red carpet for the first like big night out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I was looking for, because it like immediately went back to like game mode, and I was like, I just want to see them like partying and grinding on each other. And then Brad and Emily are trying to have like a cute old person wine night. I'm like, no, just bang on the table.
Yeah. It was cute, though. I mean, I think they actually really like each other. I'm curious if they're still together.
I don't know. I mean, he's not traveling in the van with her, but, you know. So there was a team meeting that took place with Era 2. Because they, quote, wanted to be involved, end quote, in the decision making.
Oh, yes. This is after the party. Yes. The next day.
What did you think of this? Because part of me is like, if I have to take the burden on of being the target, you shouldn't get to have any sort of influence because I'm taking all the risk.
I would at least hear it out. I felt like Laurel and Johnny were a bit, as Kara said, arrogant. I do think that it's fair to just, if I was in their shoes, I would have been like, all right, let's hear it out. What are you guys thinking? But I'm going to make the final decision.
Yes. I will take it under advisement.
Yeah.
It will be part of my decision-making process.
Yes, exactly.
So I just air quoted all that. But I'm still going to get to do it. You can't be like, well, we really want this. Great for you. But again, I took all the responsibility and made a deal to save myself. Mm-hmm. Everybody else here is safe as well. Mm-hmm. That's the other thing. When it came to the end of the episode and we picked the targets, this is the thing I didn't understand the first week. And I'm going to say it now because if not, I'm going to forget. If you're not picked as one of the targets, you have a week off.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I like that. Like, you can do whatever the fuck. You can throw. You can do whatever. You can not show up. You can, like, fake an injury. None of it matters because you're not eligible to be voted in.
Correct.
And I don't. That's the one flaw right now in this game mode, if you will, that I didn't know till now, and I don't like it.
I don't think it's a flaw. I think it's another layer of strategy that you could play with. There's certain people that are actually on the chopping block, and if you want to cut some people on your team,
yeah,
you could throw.
And it also opens up this avenue of like what we saw this week. So like we were robbed of a Jordan Horacio elimination. Let's say it. We were robbed of that.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted it except for Laurel. Every other guy on the show wanted it.
Horacio didn't want it.
Probably not. But
no, he said he didn't. He was like, I want to see him in the final. I don't want to see him in the sand.
I don't want to hear that anymore. I listen, I get it. He's a gamer.
I want to play against good people.
I want to win. Okay? I want to win. And I would like to lessen my options of other people beating me, but I get it. That's that like athlete mindset that obviously you have.
Well, duh.
And I'm just like, okay, I don't know if I like this, but we can have a situation where, let's say I'm like, oh, I want Jordan in, so I'm going to vote him as target. And then the other people, he might have an alliance. And so we get a stalemate, and we've seen what's happened with that now. Mm-hmm. So not only do you have to like get down there, win, pick your target, and then not lose the next time or have them lose, you also need to make sure that the other team going to pick doesn't have some sort of like relationship to that other person. And as we go on, right now it's cool. As we like 4 weeks from now, it's going to be fucking chaos.
I think they'll have to change it eventually.
And that brings me to my another point. So, at the end of this week's episode, we had 28 people left. So, if we're getting rid of 2 people per episode, and let's say what I think is going to happen, and I do not know this, I want to specify that. I think we go to the final with 1 guy and 1 girl from each era.
Yeah, I think there'll be like an internal fight at the end.
Yeah. So that means there's 8 people left for the final. Mm-hmm. So at that point, again, we had 28 at the end of this episode. So that means there would be 2 people going. That's 10 episodes. So that only gets us to 14 episodes.
A 6-part final.
Well, that's 14 before we start the final, mm-hmm. which again seems low. I think there might be when we get to like maybe the final 12 guy girl weeks.
Yeah.
Again, and we swap this like idea around, Or we do the same thing. Okay, it's male, female targets. This week, we're going to pull a ball out of a thing. Oh, it's guys week. Oh, it's girls week. Mm-hmm. And then we're only getting rid of one person each episode because, 14 episodes? Let's say you give 2 for a final, 16 episodes for a flagship. I don't see it unless they listen to us.
So you're saying that they could be implementing a perfect algorithm?
I'm not saying it.
Possibly.
Just, I'm not saying it, but I'm kind of like, maybe I'm alluding to it.
Alluding to it. Got you. Well, yeah. I would like to allude to the chambers. It's your favorite part of the episode. This one wasn't that bad. Chamber. The Derek sheet was great. Hilarious. A solid attempt. I feel like everyone in that room knew what was happening, though.
Yeah, that's it. That's okay. That's all I got from the chamber, I think.
I mean, he put in way more effort than Anissa did. What else is new? I can't wait to get into what Anissa said at the end of this fucking elimination.
Oh my god, you guys. That was delicious. That was really delicious. It's just what I don't like about the chamber. And I've never liked about the troika, the panel, I don't know.
Make it public. I agree. Make it public.
The county commissioners. I don't fucking care. I know we're adding this in because this helps us with another segment of show. It makes
They have a massive basement.
It's fine. It's whatever. But nothing really ever interesting is going to come out of this. Maybe we'll get it once every 5 weeks. Something interesting will be said, or somebody will slip up and say something they shouldn't.
They had to have been in there for 15 minutes tops. You see how much sand was still in it when they got up and left? Nobody likes this.
Even them in there.
Yeah.
Like, Derek's like, all right, anybody else? No. Oh, because we all know what's going to happen. Okay, can we just go? We got to wait out the clock?
Yep.
And they're like, no, you can go. I'm like, great. Each week I would just sit there and be like, anybody? And they all go, no. And be like, go. We'll go.
What a good time we had down here. Let's get into the elimination. I liked this a lot. It was very exciting. It was one of my, I think so far, this is the most exciting on both the male and female side eliminations that we've had. It was fun. There was like a penalty if you dropped the ball.
Yeah.
I liked
risk
it.
Reward. I liked it too. My only complaint with all of this is obviously how the men's one finished.
Yeah. Well, I thought Jenny was going to give up too at one point. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Great editing. And I'm sure she took a breather for like 4 seconds and she already looked over and she realized I'm 10 ahead of her. I can take a breather here for a minute.
Yeah.
But I do like how everybody was pointing out. They were like, okay, maybe her cardio is not great and maybe she's not as big of a threat as we thought. So I like that there was maybe like a little thing going forward. But still, she won a final. So, like, I'm not about to dismiss her and go, oh, she's not good because she didn't get that yet. That was very tense, though. I didn't buy into your thing at the beginning. I didn't see it as being that. I knew it was probably going to maybe be Anissa and Jenny because of the way they put those two together at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was going to be Anissa was out. I thought we were going to, like, show that she won again. I really did. Especially when Jenny stopped, I'm like, okay. And I saw how many times like Jenny struggled to like get the ball into the thing. And I go, is this going to be like the embarrassment of all embarrassments?
All of this should just be embarrassing as fuck to Anissa. The amount of extra time that she had to beat her and still couldn't do it is insane.
That was my note here. I literally wrote down, she basically said, hey, I'll let you go for 5 minutes, then I'll start. I'll take a break.
Yes.
And then keep going.
Yes. I can't wait any longer on this. I know I want to talk about the men's too, but
it's all right. Go.
Let's put a bow on Anissa no longer being on the show. Hoorah. She said, and I quote, I will always give it my all. Let that sink in for a second. Anissa, direct quote, I will always give it my all. Which, didn't she say in episode 1 that she was disappointed with herself with how she's always performed because she's given up and not pushed herself. And then at the end, after once again losing, she's going to stand there and says she gave it her all. And that she always gives it her all.
I think there are times where she thinks she's giving it her all. The problem is, your all is not enough to be on this show anymore.
It's not. I'm sorry. And also, like, she's not fun to watch. There's no, I'm sorry. And like, I don't know her personally. I'm only referring to her on this show and what I'm seeing on the show. She's not entertaining. She's not athletic. She has no strategy whatsoever. And all she does is complain. I don't understand why they keep bringing her back.
She doesn't hook up with people.
No.
She doesn't stir pots. She's not like a little shit stirrer, right?
Boring.
She has all the same friends, and her story every time is like, maybe this will be Anissa's year, and we're all going, no, it won't. No, it won't. You haven't changed the format for it to be her thing. Put her on All Stars, give her gimmicks, and maybe she's got a shot. That's where she should be now.
Agreed.
Again, nothing as her as a person. She mentioned all the struggles that she goes with fitness-wise.
Yes.
I get it. As a big guy, I get it. I support you in trying to be better. I'm trying to do that myself now. I get that. Nothing against that. But for what this show is, I don't need you anymore. You are not where the show needs to be. If you were hilarious, you stirred shit up, you hooked up with people, you made great jokes in your things, sure.
Anything.
Anything. But I don't get any of that.
Nope.
And to use another analogy, for any of you who watch Vanderpump Rules still, to me, she's the Katie of Vanderpump Rules. Katie is just so negative, and she's never got anything nice to say on the show. It's always just so negative and shitting on stuff. And I don't need that unless you're like really good at something else. And she's not those things. She was. Her time has come. It's gone. Put her on All Stars and give her send off on All Stars. It's just not here anymore. It's just not.
I'm telling you, we don't have to go to a conspiracy corner, but I do think that Tori has a lot of pull.
Just thinking that. Yep.
And I really do think that is what puts her on these fucking seasons for no reason. Bye.
I think now that we've had 40 and we've done this, we can flip the page on some of these people and go, this is your show now. You go over to All Stars, you do your thing here. We need to keep pulling in fresh people every once in a while. And that's what we need. As much people hated 39 for whatever reasons. And we got to do this to improve the show, guys. We can't we're going to have Anissa back. We're going to have Terrell back. Veronica's going to be on this season. No, I'm good. Thanks.
Yep.
I don't need it. Thank you for your service. Appreciate what you've done to the show. But, it's like watching a 50-year-old athlete on the field. Like playing baseball or football, and you're like, no. You're going to die.
Yep. On
this show. Don't do this, please.
I'm so over it. I really do hope that stops happening, because it's also like to get young people into this show and keep people watching, bringing new people in that they're seeing on other reality shows they're watching is going to help a lot. Anissa 100%. Is not going to get viewers onto your show. Please, please, please listen to us on this.
Yeah. Is there anybody being like, oh, maybe because Anissa's on this, I'll watch it. Oh, no. I'm glad to see Anissa. I don't think anybody says that. And again, nothing against her as a person. I'm talking about her just as a contestant on this television show.
Yes.
It's just not something I've seen it. I know what I'm going to get. And I'm ready to move on from that. Get me some young blood. Like, whatever it costs to get Rob from Love Island, fucking make it happen. I'll start a GoFundMe. Rob from Love Island, get him on the show.
I would argue that, this is the last point, then we'll move to the guys. I would argue that Casey has the same, personality kind of in, play as Anissa, but at least when Casey gets in the sand, or, when Casey's in a daily or whatever, it's entertaining. And I'm getting something from her.
Yeah.
We get nothing from Anissa. It's just good riddance.
Yeah, we get Babe.
So sorry to see you go.
Babe. We get Babe. That's what it is. We get Babe.
Yeah.
And I feel like if Casey gets to a final, I go, she got a chance to win. Casey's on the season. She could win. She's got a great chance. Yeah. I don't need you to be everything, but I need you to be one of the things that I need from this television show. Need one. We wish you well in your future endeavors.
I have a question. Who do I need to suck off so I can get the extended cut of Derek versus Horacio? I want to watch that whole thing start to finish. I
do too. I want it as a double screen, 2 cameras up at the same time. Give me the wide angle. And this is the problem that I had at the end. I understand that nobody, allegedly, at the time knew who won because there was nobody celebrating. It seems like they didn't blow a horn. Mm-hmm. And TJ didn't say congratulations, Horacio, or congratulations, Derek. I think what happened was they literally maybe finished right at the same time, and they had to go look at the tape to sync it up to go, okay, he beat him by literally like less than a second. And if that's what happened, I need you to then show me that. Hey, we synced it up. Here it is happening. Because what happened was Derek's thing went in, Horacio's thing went in, and then we just stopped, and then everybody's like, who won?
Yeah.
And then, like, give it an opportunity. This is a sporting part here of the show that they don't do well.
Uh-huh.
They don't, like, take cues from, like, NFL or other major sporting events where they show you like replays of certain things unless somebody's getting drilled. Like, show me the end of that versus where somebody else was, especially if it's this close. And what a battle. Like, I could have watched 30 minutes of these guys going back and forth.
Oh,
you know?
Easily.
They sped it up, and I'm like, no. Get rid of some of this other stuff that I saw during the episode. I want to see them go at it. It
was fantastic. I'm super happy for Derek. That's got to feel so fucking good to have gotten that W. I mean, good for him.
He beat Mark and now Horacio. Like, wow.
Give my guy a week off.
Did you think... I thought it was done and dusted when he went down there. I was like, okay, Derek's got a chance, but Horacio is just a different breed in terms of speed and agility.
I just don't think his heart was in it. I don't think he really cared that much.
Because it was a week after.
He said like, oh, my rookie season, I think, was my best season. And I think it's because he felt like he had stuff to prove. His second season, he met Nerys and they like did their thing, and I think that distracted him. And then for this season, she left immediately, and he even said like, my heart's not in it.
Yeah, because it was that probably like, what are we gonna guess? Like 2 days later, they did say I think they had a 1 day off when they were at the bar, so maybe like 3-4 days after she leaves, he's in the elimination.
Yeah,
I can get it, I guess. I mean, he was close. Didn't he drop it once? Derek dropped once, and he dropped once.
Yeah.
So if he didn't do that, it would have been him.
Well, I don't.
I would have loved to see Jordan and him do this. That would have been exactly what I wanted. But I feel like we got a version of that with Derek that I was not expecting.
Yeah, I mean, it was incredibly entertaining. I'm super happy for Derek. We like Horacio, but I really do think it was just not his season. And we wish him well, and I hope that he comes back. I know there's murmurs of him retiring. I don't know how real that is, but we'd like to see him back. So after this, then we find out Derek won and Jenny won. I keep wanting to call her Fishtails. I'm not going to do it. Jenny won and Derek won. And so they are picking targets. And we had already seen previously that crybaby wow face, Josh, said that he was going to be the target.
Well,
but CT decides he's going to be the target.
That
Josh,
changes everything.
Mr. I'm in the best shape of my life. I've never felt better. I want to go against good people. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, CT's doing it? Oh, no.
Never mind. I'm out. Listen, I would have done the exact same thing.
I wouldn't have. If I told my team that I was going to do it, you had to fucking do it. That's the gamble that you take when you agree to take the fucking target to begin with. But it's not like CT didn't exist as a potential option when he said he'd do it.
That's true. There's only, 3 guys on that team, so... 3? Yeah, there's 3
And Derek already was going to be in the stand, so he either was going to pick or be gone.
That's true. It's true.
So, I don't know.
What was better for me was Devin being like, okay, Corey.
Yeah, that too.
What the fuck? what the fuck? There is something, again, about the targets where, like, okay, Corey's got a week off if he was able to dodge this. I go into the next week already knowing what my potential elimination matchups are, and there's something about that that's cool.
Yeah.
And there's something about it that I'm like, I don't know, but I think it's better than it's worse.
I like it. It's a good change of pace. I mean, for them, game-wise, I don't know how good it is, but like as an audience, I'm all in.
Because you can kind of game the system now, right? Mm-hmm. You're like, okay, well, I want CT out, so who would be the best option to put in versus CT? Do we all throw it to make sure that like, we're going to throw, well, somebody's got to win and then protect the other people in a way. But if
all the other three eras throw it, eventually era 1 would get the W.
That's true. That's true. I do think this is going to be one of those things where era 1, just like every other season where there's like a weak alliance and they just like let them hang out because they're like, oh, they're so weak. And then there's infighting, and then era 1 is just like all of a sudden hasn't lost anybody for 10 more weeks.
Yeah, no, I do think that there's a high possibility of that. I do.
They just kind of like go, oh, whatever. And then before we know it, it's like, hold on, era 1 hasn't lost anybody in like 6 weeks. What's going on here?
Yeah. Oh, I also did want to note, all of a sudden the karma stuff has gone away. We were saying last episode that we were thinking that maybe this episode would start with it, and it didn't, and we haven't seen anything from it again. So I do think they're trying to make us forget it.
Yeah, and then they'll bring it up at the end and maybe show us how everybody voted for that person, perhaps?
I think that the karma is going to affect the two that go to the final. If that is the case,
okay,
I think it's we're gonna get to a point where we stop the eliminations, and TJ just like goes through all the karma points, and that's who gets to go to the final. Okay. But I do feel like it's kind of like getting into heaven or something. It's some Black Mirror shit where you like you have to like be nice. Like, what are we doing? This is the challenge.
You know what's weird? I saw like I think it was a Black Mirror clip on TikTok recently, where it was like somebody's like numbers are going up. They're like ups and downs were going up.
Are like, oh, thanks so much, and they like click their phone and they like get a point or something.
I mean,
that's exactly what this is.
We're not too far away from it. Okay, we're like really not. I don't know if I have said this on the podcast, but a friend of mine messaged me that she believes Karens were good for us. Karens were good for us as a society because it helped like these people working in customer service not be bad at their job because they were maybe somewhat slightly afraid that a Karen would call them out. And before we started calling out Karens, these poor people would just get absolutely berated for doing a shit job. And she said it was like she related it to like a ecosystem where you need some Karens to make sure the grass doesn't, overtake the community. You need some like predators in the pool to make sure that we don't have anything getting out of control. And I like the take. I did like the take.
I kind of get the take. I do. I'm not gonna yuck that.
If you're being shit at your job, you should get called out. There's a point where it like passes it.
Yes.
And that's where people need to stop in. I stepped in once when somebody was berating somebody. I was like, you've said it. You're good. Time to go.
Yeah.
He got it. You're done.
Yep.
And she goes, excuse me. I'm like, you've been yelling at him for 2 minutes. He's got it. There's nothing he can do about it at this point.
Uh-huh.
Go on with your day.
The information's been shared. We're done.
Point's been made. Time to move on. Yeah. Are we getting to new hotties?
We are getting to new hotties. We have
Let's
4
go.
new hotties.
Let's go. And also, by the way, if you're about to turn off now, do not, because there might be an exciting announcement coming up that might relate to you and how you might get stuff from the number one. So don't go anywhere yet. Just think you do work on hotties. Not going anywhere yet.
So exciting. All right, let's welcome some hotties.
Let's do it, girl.
We have from Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
Courtney Byron.
Just off to a great start. Was one of the easy ones. Courtney, I'm not sure if you're one of the people in the photo that got married. I'm assuming you're probably not putting a cover photo of like your sister or somebody else getting married as the top cover photo.
I would think so.
What a good looking family, though. Of course. Beautiful
Hot.
in the dress. Congratulations. Hot. Welcome to the Hotties. And look, the little profile photo, you on vacation? Look at you. Look at you. Oh, that's I don't know where that's at. Courtney, let us know where that photo's at. You just
Louisville,
that's somewhere. That's Mixie. That's not Louisville, Kentucky. There's mountains in the back, and it looks Parisian.
You don't know Kentucky. It's layers. Moving on from Breckenridge, Colorado, we have Pat Mac.
That can't be the real name.
Pat Mac.
Pat Mac? Is that your real name, Pat Mac? No shot. Your real name is Pat Mac.
Pat Mac.
Pat Mac.
And you can't say it any other way than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to. Hey, everybody! This is my new friend. It's actually been my friend for a few years. Pat Mac.
Yeah, my friend's really struggling with something. Like, I'm really worried about it. Oh, yeah. You worried about him? What's his name? Pat Mac. I gotta see my friend Pat Mac. He's going through something.
Everybody, I would like to, Mom, Dad, I would like you to introduce you to my boyfriend. He means a lot to me. I've been seeing him for a few years, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you anything about him. But I'd like to introduce to you my wonderful, sweet, loving boyfriend, Pat Mac.
All right, we've beat this horse. All right, moving on.
God,
We have from another. Did we have Clearwater last time? Clearwater, Florida?
No, that's where I'm from. We have somebody from Clearwater?
Yeah, and he says
No
he's
way.
the chillest dude, Keenan Price.
Keenan Price? Do I know you, Keenan Price?
I don't know. Maybe check if you guys have mutuals.
Do I got mutuals with you, Keenan Price?
Mutuals.
I don't think we got mutuals, Keenan Price. No, we got no mutuals, Keenan Price. That's sad. Keenan Price from Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater, Florida.
Look, Keenan Price knows what to do. His cover photo is just the area down by Clearwater Beach. Pier 60, baby. Look at this, Keenan Price. You didn't think that was about to happen to you when you started listening to this podcast, that I was about to say, oh, Pier 60 down in Clearwater, Florida. But that's what happened. Shout out Clearwater. Shout out Keenan Price.
I'd go to the pier with Pat Mac. Okay.
Pat Mac.
Continuing on from Henderson, Nevada, we have.
You got this. You got this. You got the first name at least.
No, I don't. There's like when they double up on letters. I don't know what it is.
You got. Come on.
Arlette Nakata. Arletta. The E is silent.
I think it is. I think it is silent.
Nakata.
I'm going Nakata. Yeah, I'm going Nakata.
If you like pina Nakata.
And having cute babies. Then you're friends with Arlette. And her little cute babies.
Welcome to the Hotties.
This is what happens. You join the Hotties. You randomly get a song about your name. And you didn't think that was coming either, did you?
No.
No.
Last but not least, we have Leanne McKenney. And I appreciate the simplicity of that. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining the Hotties.
Can I ask you a follow-up, Mixie? Are you gatekeeping anybody who did not get our name right this week from us?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay, good.
I call that shit out. Pat Mac.
Leanne McKendry, she's got like 80 people in her cover photo. There's like 80 people as part of a large. 2, 4, 6, 7. There's a lot of people.
It's a whole season of the challenge on her banner.
Yeah, I think it's a whole season of her family on the cover photo. Oh, look, like one of her photos is her to Plant City, Florida. You're doing some bingo some old lady bingo. Man, me and Leanne would be great down in Florida playing some old lady bingo together.
I believe it.
She would probably shush us though if we were trying to play old lady bingo together, Leanne.
Oh, well, I said
she would shush us.
I need walkout music for old lady bingo. I need drinks being poured while it's happening.
Multiple drinks. She can't have one.
Not just one. Never one. Don't understand it.
So here's the special announcement. as you might have been able to see during this week's episode, if you're watching on the YouTube, I'm wearing our Hall Brawl Club shirt. Try to say that 5 times fast. Hall Brawl Club. Hall Brawl Club. Hall Brawl. Hall Brawl. Pat Mac. Hall Brawl Club. One or two of you did message, where do I get them shirts? We did shirts a long time ago. And if this is actually something you would be interested in, this beautiful Hall Brawl Club shirt, there's nothing on the back. It doesn't say Right Reality Podcast. You're not a walking billboard anywhere. If you're interested, comment on the YouTube video. I want a Hall Brawl Club shirt. And I feel like if we have enough, I can look into this. If you want a shirt, I was thinking about this yesterday, maybe hoodies, maybe some sweatpants with the Hall Brawl Club. You know, what would maybe be 2 things that you would be interested in? Because I feel like maybe the hoodies, the move mix. I know we didn't talk about this yet. I don't know if you like the hoodie idea better than the shirt idea. I don't know.
I think we give it to the hotties. We let them make a choice here. Let them chat it out. Maybe we can make a poll of some sort and see if we get some people that are interested.
Yeah, I don't want. They're not going to be like shitty, like hopefully horrible, rough T-shirts. I'd like to make them like nice shirts if we're going to do it, which is harder than giving you cheap shirts. But if you're interested, let us know. Other than that, I believe we're all good here. There are no interviews this week. I think we will start them. I think we'll start them next week.
Yes. We will. I feel confident in that. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure you're subscribed. Join the Hotties if you're not. Like Steven said, please leave a review. We'd really appreciate it. We love you, and we'll see you for the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.